Okay, so in the last session, we have seen how arrays work. This is one-dimensional array, and this is here two-dimensional array. Okay, we created here only integer array, but you can create different types of arrays. String arrays you can create. Okay, date-type arrays you can create. Whatever type of array you want to create, you can create. Okay, and here what we are using, we have written many extension methods. Integer extensions we have written. Print string is one. Okay, print string is overloaded, and one more thing is assign random values is another method. Okay, then here another one is like, yeah, we have written three methods. There are nothing but three methods. Okay, so in the three methods, yeah, these three methods are going to work with the integers. It is the extension method for the integers. We are using with the integers, this one. Okay, and this is what exactly, it's a two-dimensional array. Arrays can be of any type of data. Okay, and arrays are treated like objects in the C#. These are treated as objects because we create them using new keywords. So using new keyword, we are creating array. So this is going to be treated like a object here. But when you go with normal integers, we don't declare them as actually like arrays, like objects. And here you see int index equal to 0. This is nothing but primitive type of data, whereas this is here reference type of data. Here we are straight away initializing, and here in this case we are initializing using new keyword followed by int 4, 5. This contains 4 rows, and in every row you have 5 columns. So total number of elements are going to be 20 in this. And using length, you can find total how many elements are in that. Okay. Similarly, using get length, by giving 0 dimension in the first dimension, how many elements are there? Using 1, you can get how many elements are in the first dimension. Similarly, you can get upper bound and lower bound. Get lower bound is always going to give you 0, and get upper bound is going to be giving you here the size -1 or length -1 always. So like this, the other day we worked with the arrays. Even we are printing here them using the for loop. Okay, like this we have done with the arrays. So these are what one-dimensional array, and next thing is here two-dimensional array. Now we are going to look into another array, which is called as here a variable length array. The array is going to be containing in the second dimension variable length. Normally arrays, if you take, every row contains same number of columns. But when you go with the variable length array, it's going to contain actually, all the rows may not contain same number of elements. They can change from first row to second row to third row to fourth row. This can change. Okay. So now here, let us try to create one such integer array, which can be having different number of columns in every row. Okay, so here we can declare this way. What I do, I can go here with int, then like this I can write here. Okay, variable length arrays or array. This equal to here new followed by int. Then here I can specify some 5. Then this is going to be here empty like this. So this is going to contain here 5 rows. But in 5 rows, you can have actually different number of columns. You can have here different number of columns. So for this, what I do, I can initialize the second dimension as well here. So for that purpose, I write another extension method. Here I'm going to write one more extension method. Go with this public, then static, followed by here void. Okay, then here allocate second dimension. Okay, second dimensions. This is going to work with the integer array. This followed by here int, and followed by here this is nums. Like this, we give the numbers. To this, we are going to allocate here now the number of columns. Number of columns are not going to be fixed in this case. if you look at this one, here number of columns are going to be 5 for every row. But this time what happens, it's going to be having here varied number of columns. And this method is what here, public static void. That means it's not going to be returning any value. And here the parameter is what, this int followed by here, this is called as number of rows and number of columns. Number of columns are not going to be constant for all the rows. From row to row, number of columns can change. So this is called as here variable length array or ragged array or jogged array, okay, or arbitrary number of elements for the second dimension for the given array. Now we have to allocate different, like here, different columns for different rows. So let us go this way here. We create first of all a random object. Random object RND, this is equal to here new random. We can create here a random number like this. Then after that, what I do, so here I can be generating random values for the second, for the number of columns. Second dimension is going to be having different lengths. So go with for loop here. Here we go with the for loop. Then here int index equal to 0. Then write index less than. We have to go with the second dimension. Num start. What I write here, get length. Okay, followed by, I should give here 0 dimension, then followed by here index plus plus. Like this I create here, then I would like to allocate here number of columns. So for allocating number of columns, I go with the nums. Okay, this is nums, followed by here index. This is equal to, now I'm going to allocate here. Okay, I'm going to allocate here random number of columns. So here we go with the new int, then followed by, I can give here the random value, object RND. Okay, here followed by next. In this I can specify here minimum 2 are required, maximum can be here 9. Like this I want to allocate. Okay, I want to allocate in that manner. So what happens now here? It's going to contain here variable number of columns for the given array. Now here go with this, give a breakpoint, and here we try to call this. Okay, this has to work with the here integer array. Okay, it has to work with the integer array for us. So here go with this variable length array. Okay, the dot here, we go with allocate second dimensions. We are giving like this is nothing but here extension method. Normally with the integer array, it's not available, but I created here a extension method. So that extension method I'm going to use in this. Okay. Now let us try to print here total how many elements are in this. Right, console dot write line. Then here I go with the variable length array. Then this is dot followed by length. It can give you total how many elements are in that. Here see total number of elements. In the array. Which array this is? This is a variable length array. Is, here we go with the 0. Then after that we specify the length here. Okay, how many elements are total available in this? We can find. Now similarly, we try to print here the second dimension. Then here we go with the for loop. Okay, here write for int index 0, index less than here variable length array dot length. Okay, then here index plus plus. Like this we take. Then we try to print here the second dimension. Console dot write line. Here write number of columns. row wise. Number of columns in 0 row is it is 1. అక్కడ దాకా పెట్టకపోయినావా? So here write. First thing is what we need to go here with the index. Index plus 1. Okay. But this is wrong actually. You need to go here with the get length. It can't be like this here. Dot get length. First dimension we need to get. Followed by here 0. Okay, then index plus 1, comma, here it is. We need to get the second dimension data here. So go with this, then here dot get length, but here you cannot take that way. You need to go here with the index. Then write in this case dot length. With this, we try to get. How many elements are in this? You can find. Okay, so total number of elements, how many? And in each and every row, how many it is, we can find now with this. So in the beginning itself, we are going to print it. Console dot write line. Then here, go with the, this way, we try to separate it. We try to demarcate here in this. Go with slash n, again go with slash n here. So with this, you have the clear distinction. Now just try to run this. Will it run or will it give error? We see with this. So here we go with this. Get length of 0, how much it gives? Please. Okay, so here add watch. When you go here with add watch, how much it's giving? 5, it's giving here. Okay, so go with this. Press F10. We try to allocate here for the second dimension. Now if you take nums here, go with this and try to here add watch. So how much it's saying here in this case? It's not showing anything in particular. But if you see, okay, in the 0 row, you have 7 columns. In the first row, you have 2 columns. In the third row, you have 9 columns. In the third row, in the fourth row, 4 columns we have. And in the fifth row, we have 7 columns. Like this, this is allocated for us. Okay, it's allocated in this manner. Press F10. After that, we come here and try to print it. See the result. Okay, press F5. Now see the result here, how we get. Okay, so what it says here, when you come here, 3 values at 0 index, 6 value at 1 index, 8 value at 2 index, not this one. We need to get rows, sorry. Okay, so number of elements in new array is 20. This is saying it's actually how many? Not even this here it is. Total number of elements in the array is 6. It is said here. It is saying it as 6. Then we have here, this is something wrong. Therefore, number of columns in 1 row is 7. Number of columns in 2 row is 2. Number of columns in third row is 9. Number of columns in fourth row is 4. Number of columns in fifth row is 7. So total how much you need to get? 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 9, 18. 18 plus 4, 22 plus 7, 29 elements you need to get. Okay. So why it is not printing? We need to see here in this. We've gone this way. Because of that, we are not getting it. Variable length array dot length. When you say here, it's going to give you this way only. Okay, so it's not going to give all elements. It's giving actually here the initial length. How much we got? We are getting it as 5 here. Total number of elements in the array. How much it is saying here? Length 0. It's going to say it as actually 0 for us. Because column to column it changes here. Therefore, you cannot calculate. But here somewhere it can be calculated. Okay, so put here Control X. Then after that, we try to put here. Write console.write line again. Okay, here console.write line. go with just empty string in this. Like this, we try to use this one here. Okay, after that, we try to print. So you cannot print like this here because it's going to contain here, I mean, number of columns from one row to row, it changes, therefore you cannot get. So what is the way then? We try to see here in this. Total number of elements are how many? You need to print. So here, when we go with this, here only we try to get it. Okay, we put here curly bracket, then right here int total elements equal to initially 0. Then here we can add the value here. We can add here the value equal to here plus followed by here we go this way. How many columns are in that? We can find here in this. So this way we can print here. This can be here total elements. Total number of elements we get with this. Now just try to run this here. Press F5. Here also we press F5, and when we see the result, you can find here. Okay. When we go up, 7 plus 9, 26. Sorry, 16 plus 3, 19 plus 5, 24 plus 2, 26. So total number of elements, how many we got total? 26 we are getting. Okay, this is going to be here total 26 elements you find in this. So what exactly is happening here? The number of columns are changing. They are not same for all the rows. Normally, when you take an array, two-dimensional array, number of columns are going to be same for all the rows. But when you work with actually variable length arrays, it is going to be, I mean, different. Number of columns are not equal for all the rows. When you go here, what is happening? You have in every row 5 columns. Okay, total number of elements are going to be 20. But when you go with this, what is happening in this case? It's not equal for all the rows. Okay, in the first row, if you look at this, in the first row, how many columns? It is 7 columns. In the next row, we have here 9 columns. In the, third row, we have 3 columns. In the fourth row, we have 5 columns. In the sixth, fifth row, we have 2 columns. Like this is going to be changing. Overall, when you add them, you get it as 26. Overall, how many elements you get? 26 elements you are going to get in that. Overall elements are how many here? 26 elements you get. 7 plus 9 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 is going to be here total 26 elements. We get them as here 26 elements total. Okay. So it is number of elements are going to be 26 in that. Like this, we can work with the here the array which can contain variable length, variable number of columns for different rows. All the rows where contain same number of columns, from row to row, number of columns can change. So this is called as here variable length array. Arrays are treated as actually what, like objects only. Arrays are treated as objects. Okay. Arrays are going to be treated like objects in this. So using new keyword, we are allocating here the object. Okay. So now suppose so we are printing in this case total number of elements, and ultimately we print it. So when you talk about arrays, actually, first of all, arrays, once you declare size for them, you cannot modify the size. The size of the arrays cannot be modified once you declare some size. Okay, and even once you assign a type to that, the type also cannot be modified. So arrays are going to be static. Once you allocate size for the arrays, neither you can decrease the size nor you can increase the size. But data in that you can change. Whatever content you have in that, you can change. But normally, you cannot modify the size of the given array. So whenever you look at an array, you cannot actually modify the content in that. So if you try to modify content in that, it will not, content can be modified, no problem. But the size of the array you cannot modify. Okay, size once if you give here the size 5, you cannot make it as actually something like 6. It is going to be fixed. Size you cannot change. Because if you go here and see length, okay, variable length array, here dot length, when you say what is happening, length is going to be only get here. It's not set method, it's only get method. Only we can retrieve value from that. Only you can retrieve value from that. So like this, what we do, we are creating here arrays. Okay, we have actually one dimensional, then we have two dimensional array, then one more thing is here what variable length array. Okay, so the number of columns can change from row to row. This is called as a variable length array. Whenever you look at the declaration, it is written in this manner. Okay, here for the two dimensional array, one square bracket only we use, in that we separate them with a comma. But when you go here with the variable length array, what we do, int, empty set of square brackets, then followed by again empty set of square brackets. Like this, you can declare here variable length array, and this is going to be number of rows, and for columns actually it is empty square brackets. Like this, we are implementing here the array. Okay, so arrays can be one dimensional, they can be two dimensional, they can be multi-dimensional, and they can be even the number of columns can change from one row to another row. So such arrays are called as jogged arrays or ragged arrays or variable length arrays or arbitrary arrays. Okay, so you can have arbitrary number of columns for the second dimension. So this is called as here variable length arrays. Arrays can be one dimensional, they can be multi-dimensional. Okay, so in the case of one dimensional, you have only one row, number of columns you have. When you go with the two dimensional, in such case, what happens? Number of rows and number of columns are fixed for all the rows. Okay, but when you go with the variable length array, what happens here? Number of columns can change from one row to another row. Here I have shown you one such example. Okay, here I have written extension method to allocate actually sizes. Allocate second dimensions. So I'm passing here the nums as here the parameter, and inside this we are allocating the size for each and everything. We are allocating size for them. So like this, you find here, you actually allocate different number of columns for different rows. Okay, here we are picking the random value that can be between 2 and 10. That means it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It will not take actually 10. So like this, we have done here. So this is called as array implementation. We are implementing arrays in this. Okay. So next topic is going to be, but I request you to go through a number of times this. You understand it, you email me, whether you are following it or not. If you don't follow, just ask me why you're not, I can find why you're not following it. Okay, you should try to understand these things. Today, somebody was asking me actually which one is simple to learn. Nothing is simple to learn. In fact, you have to strive hard, you need to work hard, you need to try to understand very much. Okay, long back, software is something different. Particularly if you want to work in India, you have to struggle a lot. It's not that easy job in India. Okay, there is a lot of competition in India. So definitely you have to be proficient in many things, then only you can survive. Not only in India, everywhere it is same thing actually, but the competition is more in India when compared with other countries. So therefore, there is no other way. Once if you learn, that is not enough. Continuously you need to learn, you need to update it. Otherwise, soon you'll be getting outdated. In the group also, from time to time, I'm sharing actually certain messages. Go through them, try to understand them. Okay, go through them, try to understand them, and there is no age barrier for learning for learning anything. In fact, even with the software also, there is nothing like that. If you have the passion to learn, if you are really interested to work on something, and if you have intelligence, then even qualifications also do not matter. In today, I shared something actually. Okay, so just go through those messages from time to time. Related to technology only I share. Okay, related to IT only I share. I don't share unwanted stuff. One more thing, what is DevOps also I explained today. So people think DevOps is something like a tool. Okay, like a language it is. It's not language, it's a culture. Culture meaning is what? What's the meaning of culture? Culture cannot be learned. Culture has to be practiced. Okay, we need to inculcate those values. Okay, so culture cannot be learned. In the same manner, DevOps is something like practice. You need to practice. Of course, principles you can learn. Okay, with those principles, actually, you need to practice, then it is going to be a culture. DevOps is nothing but a culture. But outside, I want to learn DevOps, they say. So what you learn simply with the DevOps, you have to be a developer, or you have to be a tester, okay, or you have to be like a site reliability engineer, or you are a backup admin, or some kind of admin. In that case, it helps you. Okay, it's going to help you. So DevOps is not going to exist in vacuum. Simply, if you learn DevOps, you don't do anything. You have to be part of the team. You have to be part of the team. Either you are a developer, or an architect, or database developer, or tester. You have to be somebody. Then only in that case, DevOps is going to be useful to you. Otherwise, no meaning. If you simply learn DevOps, there is no meaning in that. Okay. So, and one more thing, what they say, shall I learn only Python? If you learn simply Python, no use. If you learn simply C Sharp, no use with that. Ultimately, you need to know something about related to like web application development or desktop application development. Some domain you need to choose. On that you need to work. Simply, if you know language, no use. Like English, we learn English, but simply if you learn English, no use with that. You have to have some kind of subject along with the English. You have to be writer, or you have to be a poet, okay, or you have to be a journalist. Okay, similarly, you may have to work on some science kind of thing, or you may be like you may be creating dramas, or you may be writing some songs or those things. So in that manner, or you have to be a doctor, then in such case, you can utilize the language properly. In the same manner, you should have some sort of domain. Otherwise, you can't do anything. Just a minute. Okay. Our next topic is related to here arrays. Arrays are over. Okay. Our next topic is going to be related to loops. Okay. We need to work on the loops now. Soon I am going to share some kind of multiple choice kind of thing. A video I create on multiple choice questions answers. Similarly, like on programs also, I try to create some video, then I'll explain. If you can't find solution for them, I give a solution, then I try to explain you that. Okay, so the first thing is here, what loops. What is loop basically? A loop is nothing but repetition of instructions. Sometime back, if you recall, we used go to statement. With the help of that, we were repeatedly executing same set of instructions. Okay, so we were executing same set of instructions with the help of the go to statement. In the same thing, somewhere you have the go to statement. Let me go to the view, and in this solution explorer, I can show where exactly I was doing it here. Okay, so somewhere conditional, not in this conditional, somewhere we have that one. Okay. Yeah, you can see here with the help of the go to, we are coming back. So what is happening? We are coming back to line number 36 again and again. As long as the condition is met, we are coming here. So this concept is called as loop basically. But this is what exactly it is. It is actually not a well-structured loop. It's not actually well-structured. It's an unstructured loop kind of thing. You need to have better construct for managing loops. So for that purpose, we can use here a while loop, or we can go with the do while. Similarly, we can go here with the for loop. There are three loops. Sometime back we have used for some for loop also. One more thing is here for each. So these are actually four different loops we have. And apart from this, how to go with parallel computing? Okay, so that also we have. First thing is what while loop. Second thing is do while. Third one is for loop. And one more thing is what here for each loop. Okay, so let us go here with the for while loop. How the while loop works? See, while we have followed by expression. Okay, then here We put curly brackets in this manner as long as the given condition is true. Okay, as long as the given condition is true, so the loop executes. Here we write statement or statements. So here what we write, either one statement or more than one statement, we write this way. As long as the given condition is returning a true value, the statements they get executed. This expression is what? This is a Boolean expression. This has to return a true value. So as long as it is returning a true value, the statements they get executed. They are going to be getting executed. So while followed by Boolean expression, as long as this is returning a true value, what happens here? It's going to execute statements. So this is called as a while loop here. Let me write here a program for the while loop. Okay, so here view solution explorer, and here this I want to dock this, then it looks nice. I have docked this. Dock meaning is what here? Either you can align to left side or right side or at the top or at the bottom. That is called as actually docking. I can dock actually this particular window. I am docking a window here. Okay, so either to the left or on the top, to the right, okay, or in the bottom, I can do so. This is called as here docking the window. I docked the window, right click on this, then you can say float. Now this is a floating window. When you click on this, you go with this, then you go with the dock. I have docked this particular thing. Now let me write here an example for the while loop. Go with this, then here new item. Okay, here I want to name the class as while loop example. While loop example. Then add this here. Okay, it is going to be public class. Then here inside this, we go with the public, then static, void, main, then this is string, args. I want to use here a main method. Okay, this is going to be main method. So with the help of this main method, in this main method, I write the code. So using actually here a while loop. I am going to use a while loop. Okay, with the help of while loop, I try to here do something. Okay, so as long as the given expression is returning a true value, what we do actually, the loop is going to be working. So here I implement a loop. Use while loop to print all uppercase alphabets. Okay, uppercase alphabets. I want to print all uppercase alphabet. For that purpose, I want to use here. I want to use here the while loop. With the help of while loop, I would like to print here all uppercase alphabets. Okay, I'm using here the while loop. With the help of that, I can do it. So here write int num equal to, here I go with the 65. Then here I go with this while, then num less than or equal to 90. Then here try to print. So console dot here write this one, console dot write. Then here it is go with the 0 argument. This is going to be here 0 argument. Okay, then here it is. I want to convert the given number into character. So write here char followed by here it is num. Like this, we try to print this one here. Okay, it should be converting into character. This is called as typecasting. Number we can convert to character. Character can be converted to number because these are compatible types. Okay, if you take a Boolean value, you can't convert to number. It's incompatible. But this is what here compatible type. I can convert num to here a character. I'm printing here all the uppercase alphabets. Then followed by, I need to increment here num plus plus by 1. I'm incrementing the num. I have taken 65 to 90. I want to print. So whenever it is 91, in such case, we come out from the loop. Okay, we are coming out from the loop whenever it is actually 91. Then here go with this start debugging. Okay, so here what I do, I need to make this as, this is the starting point of the application. I have to make in this. Go with this, then make this as the starting point of the application. Startup object is here, while loop example. While loop example, this is the starting point. Then here, start debugging. Then we can print all the uppercase alphabets. A to Z, it's getting printed here for us. We are printing A, B, C, D, F, G, H up to Z. This is printing for us. Okay, so what is the code exactly? We have written here int num equal to 65, while num less than or equal to 90. Initial value is how much here? 65. Then 65 is converted to character A is getting printed. Then we increase num. How much it becomes? 66. Then this condition gets satisfied. Let us keep a breakpoint and see what is happening exactly in this. Put a breakpoint, then try to run this here. Okay, initially, what is the value for num? It is 65. Even we can go with this and we can actually add watch here somewhere in the bottom. How much value we have here? 65 for this. Okay, now how much this is becoming? 66. Then we come to this point. This 66 is less than what value we are going to get in this case. So let us add to this breakpoint here. Not breakpoint, add watch. This is returning a true value for us. You can see in the bottom, this is returning a true value. Now press F10 here. So what it prints in this case, it's going to print B. Then how much it becomes here? Num plus plus, this becomes 67. Again, what value this is going to return for us? It's going to be returning true here. Then 67 is going to be C for us. What is printed so far here? A and B are printed. Now press F10. So this time it's going to print C for us. You can see here C. Then again, this is incremented. How much it becomes now? Num plus plus, this is becoming 68. So like this keeps on adding. How many times it takes? 65 to 90 means 25. Total 26 characters it's going to be printing for us. As long as num is actually less than or equal to 90, that works fine. But once num becomes 91, we come out from the loop. It's going to be coming out from the loop once num is going to become actually 91. Okay, let us keep on doing that. Here in the bottom, you can see 78, it's showing. Next 79, then 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86 is over, 87, 88, 89, then this is 90. Even when it's 90, it works properly, but after that, you come out from the loop. Okay, it is becoming now false because value is how much here? 91. The given condition is what? Num less than or equal to 90. So when you press here, this is going to return false value. Therefore, it's going to jump into this part. It will not print this time any character. So like this, the loop is working for us. Loop is working in that manner. Up to Z, we are printing here. Up to Z, this is getting printed. Okay, so like this, the loop is working for us. It's printing actually here A to Z for us. So this is called as here a while loop. I'm printing all the uppercase English alphabet. In the same manner, if you want to print lowercase English alphabet, you can change it slightly and you can go even with that. After this, what we do, I'll go here with the 97, num equal to 97. As long as num is less than or equal to 122, okay, we go with 122, then we try to print, remove the breakpoint here. Just try to run, it's going to print even all the lowercase alphabets as well. If you see here, it's printing both uppercase as well as lowercase alphabets. It's printing both uppercase as well as lowercase alphabets. Both are getting printed for us here. Okay, so both uppercase and lowercase, but here slightly try to have a change in this. So here we go with the, okay, we go here with the 1, the arguments we put like this here. then followed by, here in this case, we put num. Conditionally, we try to take, okay, num equal to 122. So in such cases, we try to print here a character like this we take. Okay, so in the double quotes, we try to print it. What we are going to print is like this, we are trying to print here, then else it is going to be empty string. Like this, we try to print here. This is what, it's a conditional operator. Okay, if num equal to 1, sorry, not 122, it should be 97. When it is 97, you need to print before this. Before this, what we have to print? We have to print actually some symbol like this, equal symbol greater than, otherwise empty string it has to print for us. Now see how this looks. Okay, between lowercase and uppercase, you find this symbol here. Between lowercase and uppercase, you are separating them with the equal symbol followed by greater than. So this is only presentation on the screen. We are printing in that manner. In whatever manner you want to print, it can be printed. No issue with that. So in whatever manner you would like to print, it can be printed. Okay, and this is for printing actually all the like lowercase alphabets. Similarly, now you want to print only digits. You would like to print here digits. So digits start with the 48 in this. Okay, it's going to be here 48 for us. We print here 48, then here, as long as it's less than or equal to 57, we continue. So it has to print for us 0 to 9. Start debugging, we print here 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here you print all the lowercase alphabets A to Z, and here all uppercase alphabets A to Z. So like this, these are getting printed for us. They are getting printed in this manner here. Okay, so this is exactly what, it's a loop actually, a while loop. So using that, we are actually printing here all lowercase alphabets, uppercase alphabets, as well as the digits. Digit 48 is basically, character 48 is basically nothing but digit 0 for us. On the screen, it looks like a 0. It's basically symbol. So like this, the loops are working here. It is nothing but actually a while loop. So as long as the given condition is true, the loop is getting executed. Similarly, I want to print here some mathematical table. Okay, I want to print a mathematical table of the given number. For that purpose, I want to write here an extension method again. Okay, what I do here, I can go with the public static here class, then followed by math extensions. I want to put it as here math extensions. So I want to print here mathematics table. Of the given table, I want to print here the mathematics table. Okay, then here write public followed by, here it is void. Okay, print public static, I should put here static. Then this is going to be void print, or else you can go with a string here. You can here return a string that can be printed. String, this is print multiplication table. Okay, I want to print here multiplication table. So in such cases, I need to go here with the this keyword followed by int num. Similarly, okay, so int num up to 10 factors I want to print here. Up to 10 factors I would like to print here. So therefore, I take a value here. Okay, here I'm going to use a new concept called string and string builder. There are two things you have. One is string, other one is string builder. One is string. So string is basically what? It is a array of characters, or you can think it as characters which are in double quotes. So this is called as a string. So once you create a string, you cannot modify. It is immutable. String is what exactly? It's immutable. That means what? You cannot modify the string once you create. Once a string is created, you cannot modify. So string is what exactly? It is immutable. You cannot modify it. Okay. Whereas you have one more version of the string that is called as string builder. String builder. we can modify the string builder. Okay, you can append new content to existing one, or you can change existing characters. So string builder is what? This is mutable. We can modify the content. String is immutable. String builder is what? Mutable. That means the content in the string builder can be changed. Okay, string is what type of data? It is actually string type of data. Fine, but the data in that you cannot modify once you create. It's read-only string. String builder is what here? It's a dynamic string. You can modify content in that. Okay, so it is alterable object. You can modify the content in that if you take the string builder. So using string builder, I want to do here in this. I go with the string builder. Okay, then here SB equal to, here I write this one as new string builder. BUILDER, I should put here new string builder. Okay, then here right now it is empty. I should be appending data depending on the number here. Okay, I should be appending data. So here I go with this in this manner. Here I can go with the int. Okay, factor equal to initially 1. So here write while factor less than or equal to 10, up to 10 factors, always we take the tables. So here I can go with SB. Here write SB dot append. I can be appending here always a new string. Okay, here go with this string dot format. I can be formatting here itself. Then I can specify here this way 0, then X followed by 1 equal to, here it is 2 we can take, followed by /n. Then here I can specify first thing is num, then followed by here factor. Then here it is num multiplied with the factor. Like this we put. Okay, in this manner we need to make this. Okay, so this is going to be printing for us the required thing. Then here write return only one statement. Since there is only one statement, we don't require here any curly brackets. Only one statement is. So return followed by SB dot toString. We can convert to string this particular thing here. So return this is SB dot toString. But why this is giving error for us? Okay, so here it must be outside this. I have to define here in this area. Now there are no issues. Now I can write here the given number table. Write num equal to, put some 15 table, then try to print it. Okay, here write console dot write line. Here write num dot, what do we write here? Print multiplication table. It's going to be printing for us the required multiplication table. Let us run this, and what we get, see here in this. Okay, so here we try to print it. Here also go with the console dot write line, followed by here just we put the write line in this. Now go on here, print this one. Okay, it is actually going into infinite loop. This is wrong. So num is not actually getting incremented here. If you go with this is not getting incremented. Okay, so here what we do, num, here I can go with the plus plus, not num plus plus. This is going to be factor plus plus I should take here. Okay, factor followed by here plus plus I can write. After operation is completed, you can increment it. This is called as here what post increment. Once multiplication is done, the factor is going to be getting incremented. So now see here what result we get with this. You can see here 15 ones up to 150 we are getting. Okay, it's printing actually 15 to how many 150 this is. Instead of here going with the plus here, factor plus, I go with this and go here with the plus in this. What happens? See. What result we get? See in this. Okay, we try to execute this here. It is starting actually 15 ones, 15 ones, 30, it's printing for us. This is in fact wrong. Reason, before actually it is multiplying, it's calculating first only it's incremented. Even if we remove this here, what happens? See. Okay, before the calculation is done, it's getting incremented. Because of that, what result we get? We are getting it as 15 ones, 30 we are getting. This is wrong. Okay, so if it is post increment, once calculation is done, then after that it will be getting incremented for us. So this is called as pre-incrementing and post-incrementing. Okay, pre-incrementing and post-incrementing. Now we are getting exactly the required result. We are getting the required result. So using this, we are printing actually the multiplication table. It's a static method. Okay, and this is the extension method for the integers. And here what we do, num dot print multiplication table. So whatever values we have in that, we are printing. So like this is working. Okay.